Bakari, welcome back to another XPlane 11 aerial organ tour.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm not whispering the whole time. I'm I was just making a joke because it was really late and I don't know what's going on with my parents' sleep schedules at the moment. But yeah, so we are continuing our aerial Oregon tour. We are in Bend like we were last time on Thursday. We were in Bend, and here's everyone else on the map. People flying. Someone's up here in Newfoundland. There's some guy flying here. Which I kind of find a bit risky because of, the virus. And there's this guy getting very questionably close to Italy. So I don't know what his plans are. And there's this guy flying over Iraq, which is also risky because that's near Iran, which there's also more cases. And, well, I mean, Dubai, I haven't really talked about Dubai much. And, well, Taiwan's too close to China and Philippines. Well, yeah, anyway, enough about the virus. I'm going to restart this page just so that we have a fresh map without many lines, and we're going to go look at our plane. So we are here in Bend. We are at Pilot Butte Airport. Pilot Butte just up there. That is Butte in Bend. Literally, I will show it to you. Why do I still have that open? Let me just make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, so welcome back to the aircraft. I welcome you on board here this morning. It is a pretty early morning, and yeah, let's hop back in the plane. Let's close that door for a sec because we can't have that open the whole time. We are out. I'm going to turn those flaps down there so that when the avionics go on, that'll turn on. And here we are, Pilot Butte Airport. This is our plane right here. That's the plane. And that is Pilot Butte right there. That is an amazing butte. That's probably the best thing about this town. Everything else kind of sucks about this town. Except for that butte. That butte has something to it. I don't know. It's the only good thing about it. I mean, the fact that Bend also has the last blockbuster in the world also is kind of something, but this town isn't even remembered. This city isn't even remembered for that. It's basically just remembered for that butte. And maybe just some really ill-designed river walks. But otherwise, that's about it. Then again, America does build a lot of scenic river walks and scenic, nature things and cityscapes. But generally, we're so invested in the car that we just don't even use them. So anyway, in fact, let's get on topic and let's turn on the master switches, not the alt, just the avionics and that other stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the flight plan. That's right, I can go like this. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Delete flight plan. And then we're going to go into here. We're going to go into push cursor. And then there's only 2 waypoints for this flight today. It is literally just 2 waypoints. That is not leg 2. I'm going to edit that in my notes. This is leg 3, not leg 2. Alright, leg 3. There are only 2 points. Well, 3 technically. There's 3. Actually. But technically it is only that's P-I I K Z. Yep. That's the first waypoint out of the 3. Actually, and then M. This is a weird one. Oh, back. Wait, that's China. Ooh, China. No. We ain't going there. Now, virus. Maybe once the virus dies down, I'll go. But, nope. And then P. So it's actually mix up. Yep, northwest. Mix up. And then, And then approach, we are landing at S O 3. Ashland Municipal Sumner Airport. Alright, that's good. Enter. I will check for approaches. There are none, so we will what? Nah, we want, yeah, there we go. I'm gonna zoom in about there for now. Let us, all right, now we just gotta take care of our fuel deals, which we're going to need a good, all right, and then we're gonna add 4, 6, okay, all right, there we go. So that's the amount of fuel we're gonna have in the aircraft. And I'm going to turn on the engines. All right. I'm gonna clear this because this doesn't matter. We don't really need this. Menu. We don't really need this. This is literally just the same thing as this thing. Alright, we're about to head out. Alright, volume's going all the way up in a few seconds. Alright, for takeoff, volume always goes up so that when you guys play this back, you guys can get, or when you guys watch this, you guys can get the full, like, takeoff experience. Alright, volume's going up and we're about to take off. Actually, no, I have some things to message back and then I'll take off. Nah, you know what? That's what I'm doing for now. Alright. Alright, volume's going all the way up. Let's take off. Alright, well, we are on our way. Thank you, Pilot Butte Airport. You have served us well. Alright. We are in the air. We are ready to head out on an adventure. There's downtown Bend. You will not be missed, because you are a boring town with no meaning whatsoever. We will continue to fly in this general direction away from this town. Generally, there's nothing to really see for the next God knows how long. It's just a lot of forest. I know I said we were in the high desert, and we technically are, but once you get past Bend, you kind of leave it. Sort of. There's still plenty of desert out there, but in this direction, it's just a lot of green and trees, and the occasional mountain or two. But otherwise, there's really nothing here, like at all, for a while. This is for a while, by the way. It's 97. Bro, I don't even know what we're passing over at this point. Although this is kind of an odd, change of scenery after all that desert and mountains. Now we're just, it's not really desert or mountains, it's just kind of a lot of trees. And of course, we still have another 126 nautical miles to go, so let's take a break, because that's totally going to help us. So we took off out of Pilot Butte, we barely went that far up, and then we started, making our turn, heading out, flew pretty much over Bend, over some trains and stuff, train tracks, and we're in the Deschutes National Forest, which basically we're going to be in for a while, and US 97, we're pretty much going to be following that all the way down until we get to about here, and then we're going to start curving in towards Ashland. Once 97 starts going that way, we're going to start going away. Not going to be passing near Klamath Lake. But, I don't know. I don't think Klamath Lake is very interesting either. So, I don't think we're really missing... Bruh. You guys can't see this? Can you guys, Bruh, the screen is stuck. Thank God I caught on to this. Damn it. Now let's see what happens. Can we go get a third display capture? Bruh, the screen is stuck. Okay, you know what happens next. We delete every single capture. Because I really don't know what else to do right now. Remove. Alright, first we start with the display capture. Now you guys can see that. Game capture. Game capture 2. Alright, thank God. Alright, now can you guys see where we are? We made the loop. We passed around. We passed through here. Can you guys see that now that I finally removed that? Alright, and we're in the Deschutes National Forest. Now let's see. Okay, thank God. Alright, perfect. Alright, Deschutes National Forest. It is time to tackle you. Remember when there was desert literally like not even 5 minutes ago? to talk about today, boys. You know? It's just kind of been a long day, you know? This is the first time I've literally been playing, like, a game. I was gonna play some ETS, some Euro Truck Sim 2, but I tried, like, downloading pro mods. You know, I downloaded pro mods, took an hour nap waiting for everything to download, and then I found out that, well, I just couldn't get it to work because I had the Black Sea DLC downloaded. So then I ended up uninstalling Black Sea just to get an alert saying you need Black Sea to run this profile. So now I'd have to make an entire new profile. Not happening because that takes too long, and I'm not allowed to use Cheat Engine to get up to level 78 before I do legit jobs. Like, bruh, like, I am not a happy camper. But when am I ever a happy camper? Like, let's just get something straight. Like, I am never a happy camper. I am always complaining about something. Nope. All the way down. Zoom all the way down. Oh shoot, I accidentally just pulled the rudder trying to adjust my seat. Oh my. That would not happen in real time because you know, the joystick's in front of you or what, I don't know. Might happen. Just probably wouldn't be the rudder I'd hit. It'd probably be like, I don't know, a button or something. Bro, that does not look like we are 9,000 feet up. That does not look like that at all. Let me go to the back because I'm bored and I want to just, I don't know. Me in the car on the way to Grandma's house, really bored. At this point, it doesn't happen. At this point, I sometimes. One time, I even drove to my grandma's house. You know, I drove my family, obviously, just my parents. I have no siblings, so I was able to drive to my grandma's house. That's the good thing about, you know, having a learner's permit and not having siblings, and why I'm really not in a rush to get a license is generally because I can, you know, I don't have siblings. I can drive my parents, you know, whenever they got to go somewhere. It's not like, oh, we're going to Grandma's house, get the siblings, and, oh, yeah, we're all hopping in the car to get, no. You know, that's not how it works for me. And I'm not trying to be a show-off. I'm just saying that is one of the reasons why I just have not rushed to get, you know, my license yet. Whereas some people who have a lot of siblings, or even, you know, just one brother or one sister, you know, may be rushing to get their license because, you know, they don't really get a chance to drive very often. But for me, I can't relate, unfortunately, because I get opportunities to drive all the time. My mom needs to run errands after school or on weekends, and my dad's not home or something. I go and drive her errands, or drive her places to get errands. If the whole if my parents want to go somewhere, or we all want to go somewhere, I drive them, or they drive, or whatever happens. It's not like I have to worry about, like, on weekends, you know, the whole family's to get, no. don't ever have to worry about that. So that's generally why I kind of have a hard time understanding, like, why do people in such a rush to get their licenses? Well, that's why. That's why. I think it took me until like about a couple weeks ago, or maybe even a couple of days ago, I don't even remember, to kind of realize why people are in such a flippin' rush to get their damn license. You know, like my friend. I have a friend, and he's in no rush to get his license either. His birthday's in January. His birthday's 5 months before, or actually not 5 months, 4 months before me. He got his license, he got his permit 2 months after me. And he hasn't even taken classes yet. And he has siblings. He has 2 older sisters. They're both in college. So that's generally why he gets away with being able to, you know, not rush to get his license. He doesn't have to worry about, he doesn't have to worry about, waiting until the right opportunity to be like, let me take the keys. Because he can drive, any of his parents wherever they want to go, or wherever, he wants, I guess. I don't know. Obviously with his parents' permission, of course, but that's just, whereas pretty much everyone I know who has siblings is in a rush. They want to drive. Whereas for me, I don't care, I don't mind, taking the school bus to school. It's a commute. It's like I was just going to spend that time driving. Why not spend that time, mentally preparing for the school day rather than rushing my ass to, rather than, driving my ass in just so I can wake up 20 minutes later. It's not worth it. And just for 20 minutes, if it was like a 2-hour difference, like in those cities where, you live an hour away from from downtown, and, you have, but, for example, Toronto, you might live an hour away from downtown Toronto, but it might take 3 hours for you to go by public transportation. Then you get a car and you drive your butt down wherever you gotta go. But for me, it's literally not even, it's a 35-minute bus ride, with one connection. It's a 35-minute bus ride, one connection, or one transfer, and that's it. I live near a main road. It's easy for my bus driver to pick me up and drive me almost directly to where I go to high school. So getting a car isn't a big deal for me. I can drive whenever my parents need me to drive. I don't have to worry about not being able to drive my siblings. Now, I shouldn't be driving my grandparents around, and I've made it a point to not, but I have in the past because I didn't know the rules, and now I do. So until I think it's 6 months after I get my license, but I'm probably not getting my license. But I took my road test in last week and I failed, so I have to wait till May because I'm doing it on weekends because my parents work and stuff. So I'm doing it on a Saturday, and that was one of the first Saturdays they had was in May. So if I pass my test in May, by November, I'll be driving I'll be able to drive my grandparents legally. But, that's 8 months in the future, and God knows what's going to happen with this virus, They're saying that it's going to go away, by the end of June or whatnot, or by the end of May. I'm not exactly sure, but just because they say, oh yeah, this whole pandemic's gonna be over with, doesn't mean that everything's gonna be going away. We're actually more likely to. I read an article today that you have about a 55% chance of catching the virus in your lifetime. And I'm just talking about everyone in general because, well, you may not get it this time, but if coronavirus strikes again, you're probably going to get it. If you didn't get it, if you don't get it this strain, and there's another strain that comes out, or another 2 or 3 strains, you're going to get it one of those times. It's basically what they're saying. Is if it strikes again, you're going to get it. And, well, a vaccine's going to take a while. You know, it's not like, oh, yeah, I can develop a vaccine in, you know, a month. Like, have you played Plague Inc.? They could barely scrape up a vaccine in a year. I think, you know, and if we think, you know, and that's what the experts are saying, that it's going to take, like, until probably next year to develop a vaccine. And even then, is it just going to be like the flu vaccine where it's like, you know, you can't predict the cure for a strain, so generally they're always not necessarily getting a flu shot is bad. I won't say that getting a flu shot is bad because I don't want to discourage people from getting flu shots, but generally the reason why I kind of have a bad thought about flu shots, this is my personal opinion, if you don't agree with this, get your flu shots, I don't care, but the problem with flu shots is that whenever they're every year when they you know create the flu shot, they don't know the exact symptoms and the exact like DNA or whatever, genetic whatever of that year's strain of the flu, because they produce it, they're producing it. They're literally producing next year's flu shot now because it takes that long to develop the virus. So generally they go by trends. They're like, maybe this year the flu trend will have this. So it's up to you as to whether or not you think that the flu vaccine is going to cure you. Now, I'm not going into scientific studies, because if you believe in the flu shot, you have all right to get your flu shot. I'm just stating what I've heard from people about, you know, getting flu shots and how they have to predict, you know, they have to predict the strain, and sometimes they're right and sometimes they're not. And if they don't get, and remember, vaccines, the point of a vaccine is to inject a weaker version of said virus into your system. So, you know, if the virus is always changing, then how are we supposed to predict the virus? And so basically all I'm saying is, if you don't believe in the flu vaccine, then forget about the coronavirus vaccine, because you're not going to believe in that either. That's all I'm saying here. Okay, if you don't believe in the flu vaccine, then don't even start hoping for a coronavirus vaccine. Because there's going to be multiple strains. There's already a mutation of the coronavirus vaccine, at least according to memes. I don't know. Memes aren't always 100% accurate. So I won't say that is 100% accurate, but I have heard that even if it hasn't mutated now, it is going to mutate in the future. And I do have to warn everyone that, you know, just because, you know, oh yeah, this is just a global pandemic, it's going to be like the Black Plague, it's just going to go away. It may not. And I'll tell you why. So, here's what I want you to do right now. I want you to, after I say everything, I want you to pause this video. If you have and look for a container of either Lysol or Clorox wipes. And I want you to look on the back and see if it says cures human coronavirus. And go. Okay, you back now? Alright. So, what did you find out? Did it have human coronavirus on it? Because coronavirus has existed since like the 80s. Okay? Like, I think it's even existed since the 60s, but the first time we recognized it was in like the 80s or the 90s or something. And then they started putting it on, you know, Lysol, Clorox wipes, because that's what it cures, human coronavirus. And human coronavirus is called because generally coronavirus is transmitted via animals, you know, like the bat, or by that other animal that they have in China, that, you know, the bat's injected with, and, you know, That's generally what happened. Anyway, let's gain some speed. So yeah, that's generally why, you know, coronavirus is not like the Black Plague or the bubonic plague or whatnot, where it's just going to happen once, it's just going to go away. No. Coronavirus is going to come back. Maybe not as strong as this time. Maybe, you know, it won't be too bad. Maybe it won't be as lethal. But it's going to come back. Now, whether or not it's going to cause this much panic, like it has in Italy, the US, the UK, China, South Korea, then, well, we'll see. But, wow, we made it a long time. You see how talking just gets your brain going? What is going on, and why did this crash again? Damn it. Don't tell me I have to do this every single time. I'm going to have to do this every time. I'm going to have to go in, remove every single capture, and then I'm going to have to go in, display capture. Should I just use a display capture? Hold on, but I have to physically now, like, test. This is going to take forever. I already have another, like, hour and a half of stuff to do. Let me see what happens now. Nope. The screen's black. Alright, let me see now. Damn, my phone just crashed and I can't go look now. My phone just froze. Okay, we're good. Come on, I have to see how this is going. Okay. So it looks like it's working. But it... Okay, now all of a sudden it's working. So basically, yeah, we flew through the Deschutes National Forest. We're now not in Deschutes National. We flew over Lapine, which is another area. We're now in Gilchrist State Forest. We're basically just... We're cruising through forests like... I don't know. Hold on, I have to keep checking to make sure that this is working. Okay, looks like it's working. Alright. Let's keep it flying. We got a lot of distance to go. Okay, now what we do is we're going to adjust what is it, 185? It's 185. No, frick. Get back at 185. Alright. That is now at 180. Come on, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the left. There we go. No! Come on, 185. Can you stay at 185 for freaking 2 seconds? Pause. No! Damn it! No! I had it! I freaking had it! Alright, let me look. Oh, fuck. Alright, we're at 185. Now all we need to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this will be on track. No, wrong direction! Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes! Freedom! Now we have a fully functioning system of systematic systems. Going through a lot of mountains. I've been flying like crap the last couple of seconds here. I need to regain balance here. We now have already, wow, 77 nautical miles to go. It's pretty good. That's solid. We're making solid ground. I didn't think we'd make this much ground. This is the most, like, barren landscape we've ever flown over. Like, I thought the mountains were bad. Like, we flew over some civilized areas in the first the first episode, mainly. The second episode, we even flew over rock. We literally, we left Bend. I don't think I've seen a soul in, like, the last, like, 20 minutes. I haven't seen a single car, a single person, a single house, a single road, besides those kind of roads, but I'm not talking about those kind of roads. A single highway, house, you know, pizza. There's no pizzas in this game, but still, simulator. There's no pizza in this simulator. But if there was, I'd be missing it by now, even though it's 9:15 in the morning and people don't eat pizza for breakfast. Unless you eat cold pizza for breakfast. Or, I don't know. I haven't had pizza for breakfast in a while because I'm not that hungry in the morning. No, generally that's why breakfast was generally invented. It was just kind of something like, well, you know, you just woke up, so you should eat. That was the main logic behind breakfast. You know, you get up, you eat something, and then middle of the day, you know, you take a break and you eat something, and then you get home from a tiresome day at work. Well, you take a break, you know, from work, I mean, and then you have something to eat, or lunch, and then you get home from a tiresome day at work, and then you eat something, dinner, and then in between, if you get a little hungry, yeah, maybe you can get some snacks. The whole world is based. Whole culture in America, and mainly in America, is based off food. You wake up, you eat food. You take a break from work or school, you eat food. You get home from a tiresome day, you eat food. No wonder this country is one of the highest obesity rates. I think it does have the highest obesity rate. Besides, I think there might be one Asian country that tops the list, but I'm not sure. I think it is America, though, that has the highest obesity rate, unless there is some country in Asia that does top that, but I don't think so. And by Asia, I don't mean like Japan or China. Those countries are healthiest. I'm talking about like Central Asia, Western Asia. But I don't think so. I think we have the highest obesity rate, which is sad. But it's probably because our entire culture is based on food. And being able to get food as quick as possible. Drive-thrus. I mean, they have those in Europe too, kind of, and Canada, but it's just that stuff was born in America. Just being able to get food whenever you wanted. Because eventually it didn't turn... You know, it was based on that whole thing. Like, you wake up, you eat, you take a break from school, work, you eat, you get home, you eat. And then after you eat dinner, you can eat something sweet with your family, dessert. Or you can just eat something sweet whenever the frick you want, you can call it dessert. You can eat dessert after breakfast. You can eat dessert after lunch. You can eat dessert after dinner. You can eat dessert between breakfast and lunch or between lunch and dinner. Doesn't freaking matter. Generally, I try not to snack on things because I know, eating a snack. I mean, even though I do eat snacks, I try not to eat snacks, but sometimes I just can't help it, and I just gotta eat. One time I got so hungry at 10 a.m. for some random reason that, well, I had to eat a snack. Now, here's the deal. I'm pretty strategic. I try to space out my meals with, to prevent snacking. I did this over the summer without realizing I was preventing myself from snacking. And then I went into the end of the summer realizing I'd only had 3 snacks all summer. And I was like, how is this possible? But now I realize why. Because I was spacing out my meals like a madman. See, I would wake up and I'd immediately eat breakfast, but then I'd try to figure out, okay, so my parents get home at my dad gets home at 6:30, dinner's at 7, I ate breakfast at 8. So that means that I should eat lunch at, so what's that? So that's 11. It's 11, so that's 11, so 5.5. So that means that I should eat lunch at 1:30. So if I eat breakfast at 8, and I'm going to have dinner at 7, my logic is this: eat lunch at 1:30. Why? Smack dab in the between 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. So you will prevent yourself from snacking. Now, prevent doesn't mean you won't snack, but, it's better than, it's better to, maybe you're going to eat a snack in the afternoon because you get, you just get the munchies in the afternoon or something. You won't get the munchies generally, if I eat a snack, between lunch and dinner, it's generally between lunch and dinner. I don't eat too many snacks between breakfast and lunch. So generally spacing out my meals also prevents me from, because I'm more likely to eat 2 snacks between lunch and dinner if lunch and dinner are spaced out too far than to eat a snack between breakfast and lunch and a snack between lunch and dinner. So if I space out my meals, I keep myself from eating in the morning. And generally, over summer vacation and stuff, generally my mornings are when I'm more productive. Because my mom's at work, my dad's at work, so I can do whatever I want in the morning without being disrupted. I'm in the band, so I need to practice my instrument in the mornings, and I do that in the mornings so that I don't bother anyone with my annoyingness. Now I know it's not annoying, but still I kind of just like to do that. And I just like to, I like to play some video games before my parents get home from work because, now I will go up and play games while they're home, but generally I like to actually play, I like my alone time too. Alright, so that's all I really have to say about that. Space out your meals, spacing out meals prevents snacking. Figure out. Now generally it works because I know exactly when I'm eating dinner and stuff, but maybe you don't know when you're going to eat dinner. Maybe your only specified time is lunch, and you want to space out your breakfast and your dinner so you don't snack. Now it's kind of harder for that, because let's say your lunch break's at 12:30 and you wake up at 9:30, or maybe just try skipping breakfast or something. that would be my suggestion. If you have a set lunchtime, but not like a set dinner time, like I have a set dinner time on weekdays at my house. It's around 7 o'clock. So like, for example, on Thursday morning, I had no school. You know, I didn't wake up till 9:30 because I was up late doing literally nothing. So I woke up at 9:30, I eat breakfast, and I'm like, well, I'm not having dinner till like 7, so what's the rush to eat lunch? So I just kind of chilled. I had nothing to do that day. I had like no work to do. So, you know, I did some stuff. I practiced my instrument. Well, I didn't really practice my instrument. I just played random stuff. I did an episode of Aerial Tour Oregon. Then I waited a little bit, and then I ate lunch. I wasn't hungry. I ate breakfast at 9:30. Between 9:30 and 2:30, I didn't grab a single bite to eat at all. I think I might have had like one Twix bar or something, but that was literally it. And I don't really count a Twix bar as a snack, even though, I mean, it still has the same calories, but generally, you know, those kind of snacks are more deceiving. Because, well, that's just how it is. Now, let's just see where we are, because I'm kind of confused here. I'm kind of confusion. You guys can see this, right? All right. So we just left the forest. We apparently crossed US 97 without my knowledge. And we are coming directly in towards, we actually literally just passed Crater Lake and I didn't even notice. And we're coming up along Klamath Lake. Ashland is this direction. So we are pretty set on whatnot. What is Kev sending me? Alright, let's go. We got to keep this train moving here. So apparently Crater Lake is behind us. I don't see it. Where's our plane? Bro, I don't see our plane. That's a problem. There it is. I was trying to zoom in on our plane from over there, and I just couldn't find it. So hey, forget about it. That's Klamath Lake right up there. Geez, that looks like, it literally looks, when you zoom out, it kind of looks like the water is like on a little bit of a ramp, like it's going up. But then you zoom in out a little bit, you realize, that's just a little shadow work. There at Klamath Lake, here near Klamath Falls, Oregon. Yeah, someone tried to talk about Oregon. I was in a conversation with a few people. Doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's interesting. And someone mentioned Oregon, and someone got confused. It was like, Oregon? I was already starting to cringe. I didn't say anything, of course, but I was like, ooh, you do not call it Oregon ever. It is not a polygon. It is a state. We call it Oregon. I feel like the Brits would call it that too, or I'm not good at saying hard R's in British accent. Oregon. Yeah, they would not. British don't really enjoy saying those, those hard, not those hard O's or whatever. Like they don't think that All right. Coming up to Klamath. This town's pretty boring too. Has nothing really to it. Only good thing about it is it's close to Crater Lake. That's about all it's got to its name. And unfortunately, we didn't pass Crater Lake, so instead you get Klamath Falls instead. And obviously, they're not going to make us fly over Crater Lake because there's probably no flight paths directly over it. Wrong with it, wrong view. Here we go. Doesn't even look like we're that high up, but the elevation here is pretty high. I don't know about ground elevation, but right now we're at like 7 3/4 stout, so like we're about 700 as we fly over Klamath Lake, or we're about to at least. We're just leaving all that forest, miles and miles of endless freaking forest. Now, if we were at, ground level was the same as sea level, this, we'd only be at like, 3,000 feet or 4,000 feet. But geography is a cool thing. Alright, when are we going to cross over? And we're over the lake now. Klamath Lake here. I actually see civilization. Thank God, I was starting to wonder where everyone went. I thought this was the episode of No SpongeBob Day, where everyone left SpongeBob and whatnot, and all that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. That's Klamath Falls, I think. Or it may not be, I don't know. We gotta focus on this. Alright, bye-bye, Klamath Lake. I am trying to crack my fingers and steer, and it's not working. That's fine. But we're headed straight for that mountain there. Let's take a look at where we've been. What's this all about? Nope, no, we need that. Okay, no, not yet. So yeah, we flew over US 97 past Crater Lake without my knowledge. Then we flew Agency Lake, not Upper Klamath. Or not even near Klamath Falls. That was the town of Chalonquin, as we're pretty much so close to California at this point. And next time we're actually headed up to not North Bend. We are going to here. Gold Beach next time. So, yeah, that was a long trip though. Through a lot of wilderness too. There was nothing out there. All right. We are back at it. Altitude is starting to increase as the ground level starts to also increase. We really do not need these on. That's Oregon 140. Anybody on that road? I don't know which one it is. It's one of those two roads. I mean, I don't see anyone driving on that road, so I doubt it's that one. Oh my god, I think I actually see cars. I actually am amazed. I actually see cars. Holy crap, this is not a drill. I actually saw cars driving. Getting distracted because this line just goes straight through like these really big boy mountains. I was calling them that last episode. I know it's a cringy name, but hey, you got to deal with a little cringe sometimes. It's healthy. A small dose of cringe is good. A big dose of cringe, not so good. Not so holy either. Oh my god, there are actually cars driving! Bro, I haven't seen cars driving in like an hour. Why do those trees look autumn-colored? They're not. They just... one of them's kind of faded out as well. Probably because of the sunlight. Or the fog. Fog. Low visibility. Like, you can't see out there. There's lower visibility out there. But here, you can see things pretty easily. There's more traffic. More traffic! I'm sorry, it's just that I flew through the wilderness for almost an hour, and I'm happy to not be flying through wilderness anymore. And now I'm afraid the sim's gonna crash, so I'm gonna stay like this for the next like probably 10 nautical miles or so. So I'm trying to steer with my right hand right now. I normally steer with my left hand. I'm not left-handed, but I normally steer with my left hand. Ah, there we go. Why do I steer with my left hand? Well, let me show you how it is steering with my right hand for a second. I'm actually gonna like put the thing on my right side and try. See, the thing about this is actually kind of a left-handed controller that I have, so I kind of have to use my left hand because this thing unfortunately is designed for left-handed users. Maybe we can see Crater Lake from out here. Forget it. We're not going to be able to see it. Be able to see that lake over there, but nothing on that lake. Okay, we're going off course a little bit. Just so I can intercept this runway. So we're gonna actually turn that off for a second, and I'm just gonna try to steer without any sort of guidance, and we're just gonna fly in this direction just so I can have like a little bit of an approach. And don't worry, we'll see where I went after the fact. Like, we don't need to worry about exactly my exact flight plan or whatnot. Also, let's just rant about how stupid it is that we're already freaking out about this damn coronavirus. Schools all over my state are already closed. Or all over my part of the state specifically. I'm not sure about the other parts of the state. My part of the state, freaking everything's closed. And here's the thing. Alright? My state has 12 cases. And what's the population of the state? About 3.5 million. 12 out of 3.5 billion. Not bad. Maybe, we could start freaking out once we, I don't know, had I know New York's freaking out because 500 of its 25 million people or whatnot, however many people live there, are freaking out and stuff. Like, holy crapalicious. Can we just not freak out for one day? Holy crap, who cares? You only have a 1 in 30 chance of dying from... Okay, that's actually kind of bad. 1 in 30 chance. That's not bad, but it's not... It's definitely far from good. Well, it's far from bad, but it's also not good. That's what I should have said. But yeah, also let's rant about just how many airports there really are in the U.S. and just how there's just an unnecessary amount of airports. I mean, it's convenient because I can fly wherever the frick I want, I can land wherever the frick I want, but I also think it's kind of a waste of money. But at the same time, who might have judged? General aviation's pretty popular here. It's not as popular in Europe. I'm gonna hide the clock just so I'm not really distracted by it. Sometimes I do get distracted by the time, and I start, I don't know, I start trying to like time myself, and I start like freaking out, so I can't. Sometimes I just need to take that clock off, just so that, you know, it doesn't really bother me. It shouldn't really bother anyone anyway, because I know most people don't really worry about it. So I try not to as well. We should probably stop focusing on opening the door and focus on getting over this bump here. Well, let's just hope no one lives on the other side or whatnot. There's 5. Up, I see the airport. Interstate 5B all the way out there, though. Boys coming in for that landing. Also, damn, it's really dark in here. Your boy gonna turn on some lights in here because it's a bit dark in here. Shoot. I can't see the damn run. Okay, there we go. Now I can see the runway. Alright, coming in. The touchdown. building. Come on, just speed up a little bit. There we go. Oop. I'm not paying attention. I know technically you're supposed to, you're supposed to pull him the other way, but I want to pull him this way. Okay. Okay. Oop. It's better. Alright, welcome to Ashland, Oregon. Here you can maybe see I-5 in the distance. Traffic ain't, crawling through there. Traffic moving pretty smoothly. Because, I mean, this isn't too major of a city at all. This is the last city on our trip. That, my friends, California awaits up there. Holy crap, that does go up there. I do have to say, though. What is that? That a train. Wow. I-5 does have some curves and bends up there. And Grants Pass and the Rogue River go along there. This portion of 5. Oh my god, look at the street lights. Holy crap. That is a lot of street lights. But yeah, let's go back on ground level. Let's exit the plane and stuff, I guess. I don't know. Because this is the last stop before we get to Gold Coast, which is our final stop for the trip. So, I don't know. Let's get some fresh air. I mean, it's a bit chilly, but hey. Oregon's cool, I guess. But yeah, that's generally your tour. Ashland. Wow, it even says like Ashland on the what do you call it? On the taxiway. It even says Ashland. That might be something worth, I don't know, taking picture of. There we go. Alright. Time to officially pause the game. Alright. Alright, let's see what happened here. So we crossed Crater Lake Highway, but we didn't cross Crater Lake. Crater Lake's in a ditch anyway, surrounded by mountains, so I really doubt we would have easily been able to see it. So it's probably better that we didn't. I don't know. And then, yeah, see, we crossed Mount McLaughlin. Was that mountain we avoided? The really big boy mountain. We crossed out of Klamath County to Jackson County. Then we crawled along through Howard Prairie, Shell Rock Butte, Cox Butte, Sugarloaf, and we made a curve around Emigrant Lake and Dunn Butte, and then we landed at Ashland Municipal, right by Interstate 5. So next time we will be headed to Gold Coast, which is going to be a short one, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I see no one watched, but I hope you still enjoyed. I'm going to quit this now. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one. Take care and goodbye.